Hello there, cyber radio friends, cyber internet buddies as well. This is the Nitty Man again, coming back at you from Walker's Music this Sunday morning. As you can see, I'm kind of dressed a little bit, getting ready to get out, do what I do. I have to do the music thing in a few minutes, but I still took time out and do the word for the day. Today we're going back to St. John chapter 18, starting at the first verse. When Jesus had spoken these words, he went forth with his disciples over the brook Kedron, where was a garden, into which he entered, and his disciples. And Judas also, which betrayed him, knew the place. For Jesus oftentimes resorted thither with his disciples. Judas then, having received a band of men and officers from the chief priests and the Pharisees, cometh thither with lanterns and torches and weapons. Jesus therefore, knowing all things that should come upon him, went forth and said unto them, Whom seek ye? They answered him, Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus said unto them, I am he. And Judas also, which betrayed him, stood with them. As soon then as he had said unto them, I am he, they went backward and fell to the ground. Then asked him again, Whom seek ye? And they said, Jesus of Nazareth. Jesus answered, I have told you that I am he. If therefore ye seek me, let these go their way, that the saying might be fulfilled which he spake, of them which thou gavest me, I have lost none. Then Simon Peter, having a sword, drew it and smote the high priest's servant and cut off his right ear. The servant's name was Malchus. Then said Jesus unto Peter, Put up thy sword unto thy sheath. The cup which my Father hath given me, shall I not drink it? Then the band and the captain and the officers of the Jews took Jesus and bound him and led him away to Annas first, for he was father-in-law to Caiaphas, who was the high priest that same year. May God add a blessing to the readers, hearers, and doers of his word. Oftentimes, it's a classic case here of betrayal. And Jesus had been betrayed. It was bad enough for being betrayed, but it was real tough being betrayed by a friend. For Judas had walked with Jesus just as the other disciples for 3.5 years, and he had been privy to a lot of the miracles that Jesus had performed. And he knew Jesus. He knew Jesus' ministry. And matter of fact, Judas was the money keeper. He kept the bag. And it just goes on. It's the same thing. It's still going on today. And we should not be surprised when it happens to us, because if they did it unto him, they're going to do it unto us also. It's not so, was the betrayal wasn't as bad as it was being betrayed by a friend. And oftentimes, the people that you do the most for, they'll be the one that give you the most trouble. In other words, and when Satan knows that you are about to go through a breakthrough or something like that, that's the time he turns the heat up. And sometimes we fall prey to it, because like anybody else, you're human, and you're in the flesh too. You try to do what's right, but yet you still got human nature. And so this is what was so bad about the fact of the betrayal of Jesus, because he was betrayed by a friend. Many times, even to your everyday life, in our everyday life, when we go even to the internet, and most people now, a lot of people use the internet for different things and everything, and people they confer with each other, they share files and whatnot, and stuff like that, which is okay. But I've also noticed that sometimes we the people that you do the most for, they'll be the ones that can treat you so bad. In other words, and you wonder why, but then again, all you got to do is think back. They did it to Jesus, and so they're going to definitely do it to you. We are nowhere near what good is Jesus was. Jesus did no wrong, but yet and still he was treated badly, and he never done anything wrong. So you can imagine what it's going to be with us. But then, nevertheless, it still kind of cut you sometimes when you see how people just treat one another. In other words, two-faced, and stab folks in the back, turn the knife and the dagger, then it just amazed me. So, like I say, even to the people, like I said, I was telling a buddy of mine the other day, I said, some people don't know you until they want something from you. You better watch them. In other words, it was a preacher, I won't call no name, but the preacher said, watch them dogs. In other words, you got to watch them dogs because they will bite. And so with that being said, I just wanted to say, that maybe we should take another look. We need to step back a little bit and take another look at how we treat people and things we say and about people. In other words, and lest we be caught up as being called a hypocrite because of the fact that, you say one thing and do another. And I mean, we all human and everything. Some people I feel that really genuinely want to do what's right, but it's like what the Apostle Paul said, that I found a law in my members. The thing that I want to do, I don't do. The thing that I do not want to do, that's the things I find myself doing. That's the human nature side. So I think we should, as followers of Christ, we should be ever careful to try to walk the walk as well as talk the talk. Not so easy sometimes, because sometimes people can push you to a limit. And, first thing they do, they push you, and then as soon as in other words, if you happen to fall, first thing they say, I thought you were a Christian. Well, you knew that when you was messing with them. So, like I said, I don't know, we don't even worry about that. But I just say it like this here, I don't hold a grudge. I'm not going to hold a grudge. I'm not responsible for how people treat me, but I am responsible for how I treat them. So, with that being said, this is Mitty Man, Sunday morning, getting ready to go out to the house of prayer. Peace.